So Pete, you want to give me a thumbs up? I
Yeah.
think I think we are good. All right. So here we are, Peter, on a Friday night. I want to welcome everyone to a special edition Rad RC show. And yes, I was getting messages all day today. Hey, was there a typo? Is there a glitch? You guys are normally on Saturday. What's going on? Well, that's right, people. Let me welcome you all to a Friday night edition, the special edition with spotlight on FMS models. My name is Mike, and I'm here with my co-host and good friend Peter. Take it away, sir.
Hey, Mike. Yeah, good to see you. And both of us going on vacation. So, we figured instead of skipping 2 weeks, at least we can get tonight in. And, if anybody's keeping an eye on social media and FMS, really hot right now. And we got a lot to talk about tonight. Good first impressions on some products. And, thank you. I see people coming in right now in the chat. And, got Robert in there. What's up, Robert? And first, like every show, we like to thank the sponsors. Without the collaborating vendors and sponsors, the show would not happen. I mean, all our sponsors, all the people we work with throughout the week, give us ideas for the show. So thank you to the vendors: 2.4 Designs, RC Car Action, Carryall, Treal, RC Prorack, Crazy Crawler Foam, Power Hobby, CowRc, Adventure RC, Crawler Colt RC, KNK Hradware, Scale Rat, Wesmade, RC Misfits, Race Place Hobbies, FMS, and Rebel RC. So thank you to the collaborating vendors. And Mike and I work with a lot of vendors throughout the week, and the list keeps growing. Great vendors out there. So thank you to our vendors.
Great job. Uh, Very professional, fantastic, Pete, and you nailed it. It's a lot of good thank yous, and those are from the heart. If it wasn't for a lot of those good people behind the scenes, honestly, even behind the scenes, showing support on all levels, Pete, really getting behind what we're trying to do, even coaching and constructive criticisms go a long way. And I think you and I joke around a lot. We archived the show for a reason, and I look forward to our 1 year anniversary, going
Oh,
back and kind of chuckling a little bit and thinking, think about how crude was it when you and I just got it, a little Facebook Live and shooting the breeze. It's still that same format, but we invested some serious hours into trying to get better.
yeah, and I remember when we started out, it was just doing the Facebook Lives. You go back in the day where I would join you on the live. We were on our cell phones, just low tech,
Yeah.
low, just now it's grown into something that we could build off of. Good platform, and a lot of great stuff going on this week. The shirt that I'm wearing is in tribute to Blue Rocks. People might say, "What's Rally on the Rocks?" 2 years ago when I first went there, this is my souvenir I found. And you got guys competing right now. I mean, it's 8 o'clock. A couple hours finishing the fix, and got some great setups out there with hobby shops. And yeah, so Blue Rocks fix going on in Pennsylvania. We got our buddy William out there doing his thing, White Rose Hobbies, and all the competitors, and fun. They got good weather at least.
Yeah.
Rain.
Well said.
So
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
Blue
I,
Rock.
I think I think Pete, most of the day today, I kind of typed it out. I typed it in a text message. I won't be there. Coach has me on the sidelines this year, and that's not easy to say out loud. I was really devastated. Uh, there's history built into that event. One, I don't think it's any secret. People know that Blue Rocks is practically in my backyard.
Yeah,
Having having the 12-hour fix endurance challenge moved to a location so close, but it was moved to probably one of the best campgrounds I've ever been to. Blue Rocks is phenomenal. Pete, you've seen the terrain around the pool, out in the creek, the natural glaciers from millions of years of evolution with these rocks and the ice melting back. It is one heck of a place to host an event like Tiny Trucks.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely if you haven't been to Blue Rocks, it's definitely worth checking out. It's just such a great, great place to be. I mean,
Yeah.
get an
Um,
image real quick. Let's see.
yeah, please throw up an image. On a sentimental kind of tribute, we're missing out on the grub, walking tacos, uh, s'mores Sundays. That Woody's Diner that's set up there at Blue Rocks has some of the uh, best food, and just the all around good people that go to a Recon G6 event. So, one, I do want to throw a nod. Carryall RC was literally born from the blood, sweat, and tear of a Recon G6. And it's sad that we're not there. Like I said, you take a pick, throw a dart at the wall at a reason, and the odds were just stacked against us this year for one too many reasons. And just what we can do is send good vibes out to our friends that are there competing. We know that the 12-hour is a grind. And just about now, Pete, like you said, looking at the clock, they're coming on the tail end of it. They're sweating, they're tired. Trucks are probably breaking. It's not easy. So big salute to the ones competing in the 12-hour. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great event, and it's one of my favorite campgrounds, and I like the event, I like the weekend, and
I hope next year we're back there, Pete. I really do.
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, the way vacations go, and I'm leaving tomorrow morning, and
I
I know
leave Sunday.
you're heading
It's
out, so
okay.
it's a tough weekend. A lot of these events, a lot of people they do RC for a living, and a lot of families and stuff. You got vacation, you got sports, you got kids. It's hard. A lot of these events fall on birthdays, holidays, or so it's hard to bang out and attend them
The one
all.
thing that you never lose sight of, Pete, I mean, I know we all cause a rift somewhere within family, but that family first means a lot. And
Yeah.
RC second, we know that. So we pick and choose the battles that we can go to. But you and I, with us going away next week, we're both packing the cars with some RC cars. I know we'll both be grinding hard, getting content, putting some hours on the FMS trucks.
Uh,
Uh, we're giving it a review and a good workout and our first impressions. I threw up a post earlier today. I think I kind of let the cat out of the bag. We just can't leave anything alone too long. I think my my intentions of doing this show tonight, when we decided to do this on Monday, my intentions were to kind of do an unboxing with its stock. But yeah, I got my grubby paws all over it and started weathering and whatnot.
well,
Hey,
what's funny is I was waiting to this show to do anything. I left it, believe it or not, I left it in the box until last night. When I saw yours. I immediately, I'm not even joking, I immediately came down to this room and at least did reviews. At least. And now I have one truck that's bone stock and one truck that's not. And I don't know. I mean, the buzz, if everybody has been following FMS, I mean, I mean, Mike first got, I remember back in the USTE. Before
yes.
that, Mike was talking to me about FMS, and I really knew about it, but I really didn't, think it was going to get to this level. I mean, I love the detail. I remember we were going home in the airport, and you had your little briefcase, and I'm like, oh, that thing's pretty cool, the Suzuki. And then I came across the 6 scale, and when I got it in the mail, I was like, man, there's something here, man. And I looked at their products. I was ready to buy all their 24s, and now the level that they're at, I mean, I don't have to tell social media. I mean, FMS is on every feed. It's on Instagram. It's all over the place. RC Car Action has a full ad this month. I mean, if you
Yeah,
don't know FMS, I don't know where you've been.
I'm going to grab my early edition of RC Car Action because you made a good point. Um, just flipping through the pages of RC Car Action, you start to see the reviews, deep, you know, reviews on a certain truck, and then you flip a couple more pages, and then there's a full page ad for a different truck. Um, I I think we were said it 4 or 5 episodes ago. 2022 is going to be the year that RC enthusiasts will look back and say, "Holy cow, where did FMS come from?" Um, and
Yeah.
I think this is the perfect way to start the show out because we don't have to pull the truck out right away. I think I want to mention the fact that FMS is blowing up. Like you said, it's all over social media. And if you're a 24 scale guy, you're super excited right now because we'll give you a look at it and give you our impressions of the 24th. But with the 18 scale stuff, I know I was holding up the Suzuki Jimmy for a while. The level of detail that FMS puts in their cars, why is it? Well, they've been in the game for a very, very long time. RC guys in the 2.4 world will get it because FMS has been around in the airplane market for so long, killing it with jets and planes and boats. And so FMS is no stranger. It's just that they're really putting their foot down and making it known that they're here doing RC cars now. And they're doing it right. It's exciting.
Yeah, and the airplane game for the people that do airplanes. I mean, you look at some of their products. I mean, I went on their webpage. I mean, they got some serious planes. I mean, it's not their first time developing product. You can tell on a level of detail. Like when I got my 6 scale, I was blown away. I mean, at the size, the detail, and I'm almost finished with it. I can't wait to get it on the trail to do some content. And yeah, it's just a good brand. I mean, their products and the price points too. I mean, I want to talk about the price points. I mean,
Yes.
this is like a year of the 24, I call it. You and I talked a couple episodes. We're done getting 24s. Then all of a sudden, FMS gets hot. 24s show up. Now I'm at what, four, fives, probably six plus an
Yep.
18 scale. I mean,
Uh,
it's just it's not stopping.
Well, and the 24 scale stuff didn't really even take a break at all this year. We were both kind of predicting like it would have been like any other year that the 24 scale stuff is more of a winter thing. When it gets too cold outside, people get their 24 scale stuff and go indoors, find the indoor places to play with them. And that did not happen this year. At least I'll speak freely for locally to me. 24 scale comps are popping up like crazy. I talked to a guy the other day. He made $200 last weekend winning a 24 scale comp. I mean, that's a solid purse.
Yeah.
Um, Again, comp, it doesn't interest me, but hey, I'll throw it a nod. These guys are grinding hard. The 24 scale trucks are changing. They're becoming very capable. They're getting heavier. You can get a solid RTR 24 scale truck, and it actually can sort of perform. It can definitely crawl over its scale terrain. It's obviously not crawling over the same stuff that 10 scale trail, but they're definitely becoming more capable.
Well, I
And then
mean,
the aftermarket support from other companies. You know what Treal's doing?
yeah, and you look at, like, I'm looking up on the wall. My first 24 was the Jeep, right? You
Yeah.
look at Axial's timeline, right? We start out with the Jeep, then the Betty, and then you have the C10, and then when they did the Bronco with the hard body, it was like they stepped up their game, and with the Gladiator. If we go back one,
Oh, right,
Gladiator
right, right, right.
came out with the interior. Everybody was like, wow, they're getting the scale detail down. And then the Bronco with the hard body. And then here comes FMS, boom, portals. And it's like, I think you hit it on the head. Like, these little 24s. Now, I'm not a 24 guy at all, but when I got this FMS, I was blown. The capability, the weight, and the portals, and we'll get into that. But you know what they're doing to these 24s now, I think you hit it right on the head. They're so capable compared to, if we go back to the first one, the Jeep that I got, and the Betty, compared to now, it's almost like you have a 10 scale. I mean, with portals
Yep.
and drive shafts, and these companies are doing a great job. I mean, hands
Yeah.
down.
And you can drive them in all sorts of places. They're easy to take on vacation, pop up
Take them on
anywhere.
planes.
Uh,
It's so easy to
yep.
TSA, just throw it in your bag. It's if you want to keep the addiction, the RC addiction live, it's so easy. Yeah, when I went to Disney World, I threw it right in my carry-all
Yep.
pack, right through TSA, no problem.
I've seen people set up 24 scale courses on their desk at work. You know, that you can stack a couple of books. I mean, you can just play with them anywhere. Um, the only thing I really wanted to address is social media a little bit. I've seen people this this FCX 24. They're going to list like any truck. This is just a fair example for social media. You're always going to get the hate bashers out there. Just you might have gotten a dud or just a simple glitch. Anything could have happened, but it doesn't mean you need to go on there like a keyboard nut and just start putting your expert opinion up everywhere just because something went wrong. I mean, if it's a valid constructive criticism about the product, that's one thing. But just hate bashing on something, I just don't, scroll right past it. Come on. The main thing that I think we could touch on, Pete, is kind of the customer service side. And I've seen a few people either, send me a message, an email, a phone call, inquire about the customer service saying that maybe they haven't responded to an email or maybe some confusion on where to order a product. They almost felt it almost feels like a scam. What is it? What is Fair RC? What is Wow RC? There's been these so many little subdivisions underneath FMS that might have caused a little confusion. Um, but I do think that the customer service is there. I had a wonderful experience with the customer service coming through FMS. Two of them have two individuals from FMS headquarters have responded to me in emails, kind of walked me through the process, and they've been phenomenal. There is a distribution center where they're distributing from the United States down in Florida. He's a great contact. He wants to be involved. As problems get escalated, he wants to be there and help people. And he made that very clear. If you hear of something, let me know. So it's good to know that we have customer support, that this is a brand that's trying to make a very good first impression with the RC car market. And that means a lot, that they have that kind of support and that they care that much. They're just not trying to, get our money and run at all. They're going to be here to stay.
Well, and I think, hey, Bobby Linquist, he has FMS rigs also. Yeah, thanks for joining. Yeah, I mean, they're figuring it out. Like let's look at back when we started Treal, getting them popular in the U.S. They're dipping into a RC market, right? And they got Facebook, they got different subsidiaries, they got different companies. I get it from the customer's lens. Go on Amazon, type in FCX 24. What are you going to come up with? You're going to come up with Bang. You're going to come up with Wow. And you and I did our digging, and we got the correct information that they're just listed under brands. But at the end of the day, you have FMS's website, and you have Fair RC, which is carrying their product, and the customer service. You can get a hold of them. And as far as the people bashing, it's just like any product when Axial, when Armor, when everybody releases their first drop, you're going to have people that get it. They're going to break a drive shaft, and all of a sudden, the product is garbage. Throw it out, But just like any RC new to the market, there are going to be some glitches, right? There are going to be some, products that break. But, at the end of the day, they're there. I mean, they
Yep.
have contacts in the United States. It's not just China based. I mean, there are resources that we can help people with, you and I, and we can get the customer service and we can get the products, fixed, and they're just growing. They're
Yeah.
starting to tap into the US market, and they're on Facebook every day. You follow their Facebook page, their Instagram, the videos they
Yes.
post, they're growing. And growing takes time with any RC brand. So people have to learn to be, I think, patient, and work with the brand. I mean, like when you and I went, when we early stages of Treal, we had to be patient. There was growing pains.
Yeah.
We had to work through stuff, and now it's a well-oiled machine. And FMS is following the direction to get on a U.S. Well-oiled machine. So
Yep.
it's going to take
Well,
time.
and like you said, Pete, you can get a hold of them. But remember, it is like a what 12-hour time difference. So
Well,
give them a
that's
little bit of slack if you send an email and they don't respond right away. I mean, I think a 24 to 48-hour time window, giving them time to actually respond to your email. You don't have to go on Facebook, 5 minutes after you send your email telling people that they're not responding. Um, give them some time. Uh, and they are there and they are on social media. Like you said, Pete, um, FMS is on Instagram. They are on Facebook and they are interactive. They're grabbing people's photos, their content, they're putting them up on stories, they're sharing, they're liking, they're commenting. And that is super cool. I always used to throw it back at RC four wheel drive. I used to love how interactive they were with the people. And yeah, great job, FMS, for keeping
Yeah, and
involved and
Bobby Lindquist says that his local hobby shop carries FMS. Well, that's great.
fantastic.
Great. That's great to see. It's good that local hobby
Absolutely.
shops are picking up the brand and they're selling it, and it's only going to be more hobby shops.
Yes,
You
the
know,
hobby shops are growing. I mean, if you know a local hobby shop near you and you want your local hobby shop to be carrying FMS, send us a message and we'll get back to you. We have an email that will get you direct contact right to the main point of contact to get your local hobby shop set up. Because we all love to support the local hobby shop. So if that's where you want to buy your FMS stuff, then do it that way. Get them set up as an authorized dealer,
well, and I think
100%.
I think you said a great point. Like you got to remember, people have to understand that a lot of these companies are overseas. There's a lot of brands that are overseas that are not based in the U.S. And I see it all the time too on Facebook. People send an email, and 5 minutes later they're saying nobody got back to me. Well, if you look at the time difference, our night is their morning, right? So
Right.
they're
They're
just
in bed.
or they're in bed. So FMS is growing in the United States. That's where I'll leave that.
Yeah,
And you're on the right direction to consolidate and make a nice, well-oiled machine. And it's good
absolutely.
to, I want to go into the local hobby shop and see FMS. And it's good to see that some hobby shops have them, and I'm excited for it. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm looking at this truck, and
yeah. We're 30 minutes in, Pete. Let's do some truck stuff.
all right, you want to start with the
Yeah.
24?
Why don't you do this, Pete? You hold up your FCX 24,
Oh,
and
box.
I'm going
Feel
to.
like, and I'll feel like
Yeah, let's talk about that box art right out of the gate. If that doesn't get some kind of nostalgic goosebumps all over you, I mean, that screams like an old Tamiya box or old model box. I mean, the box art is boom, hot. They
yeah.
killed it.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
will.
I like the way the box came, and
It
my
really
favorite part with all FMSs is the actual
the foam.
style, the font.
Yes,
I mean, the six scale is four times the size of this. Your Suzuki had a little handle, but even like
right.
a cool little box, it comes in the box.
Yeah,
It's
this one was like a suitcase.
yeah, yeah, that was my favorite. But it's secure. It comes in good packaging. It comes with everything, and you know, like Mike said, it's very hard for us, being RC nerds, to not touch this thing. And I tried as hard as I could. I left them in the Mogrich is still in the box, but
Okay, so
I
we'll
left,
have a bone stock Mogrich to go
yes,
over. If
but
we need to reference anything that's like super duper important, where we need to say, listen, I didn't change anything performance wise. Look, it's no secret. Here it is. The body's off because I had I'm putting the battery, and I want to show you how to take the body off. But really, the main thing that I did was a little bit of weathering, and I changed the flatbed. So I'll come back to that. So we didn't change the performance of it yet.
Yeah.
I have a
Of
servo upgrade going in. I have some different wheels and tires coming. So the upgrades are coming, but for right now, I'm running the heck out of it the way it is.
Yeah, and my plan is in so I'm going to Virginia Beach, and they got good trails and good rocks and tons
Yeah,
of content.
yeah.
And so, like Mike said, really all I did, all I did was change the wheel.
Subbed out where the wheel, the
So this
spare
is
wheel
gonna
comes.
be kind of bone
Um,
stock. I mean, you look at the stock wheel,
yeah,
and you look at
Peter, how long is your unboxing video? The one that you did on time lapse?
it's quick. I mean,
Under a minute? Would you think
oh,
that will play? Do you have that thing loaded that we could just let that thing run a sec?
yeah, let's check it out. Let me see if I can get it up here.
Your time lapse unboxing was sharp. Um,
Let's take a look.
yeah, and if there's any other major points that we need to touch on, we can. I think as the unboxing is running, there's what, no audio, right?
No,
No,
there's no voiceover.
no voiceover. So what I want to point out here is, um,
Yeah, go ahead.
if what is it, music playing?
Yeah, I'll
Can
lower
you
the.
turn the audio down, or oh wait,
All right, it's gonna play now.
all right, let it play. Perfect. Can you turn the audio down? The music's super loud. There you go. Just let that run. Oh, was it that fast? Here we go.
So that was just
That was super quick.
yeah, that was super quick. That's when it was
Okay.
stock. It kind of went over quickly, like what was in the box. It
And
comes.
we'll dive in a little bit deeper. I think I have some of the things around here that we can hold up and point out the most key features. And that is what Peter touched on, was we're dealing with an SCX the F word, FCX24 portal axle micro. That's kind of cool. And a 2-speed micro. I
Yeah,
think Pete, you and I were talking earlier, we couldn't figure out, between putting our two heads together, we couldn't think of any other 2-speed micro SCX 24 scale like that. That's super duper cool. And I would point out that when you're in high gear, it has like a neutral feel to it. When you switch over to the low gear, it has a drag brake. Um,
oh,
Very cool feature when you're getting super technical and you guys switch in the low to have a drag brake set up, and then in high gear, I mean, the thing in high gear, it rips. Um, the only con or thing that I'm going to mod here would be maybe some sort of magnetic body mount. It's kind of finicky to get this body off. You have to get your fingernail up in there and kind of pry on the two pieces to pop it off. But once you get the thing popped off, um, you can see it's a decent sized motor. Let me do the best I can here with the lighting. It has a decent size SCX or FCX 24 scale size motor, decent sized motor with 2 servos. So you actually have a shift servo. It's kind of blocked here by this battery. I'll take that out. I know the lighting right now is pretty bad, but if you look right there, there's your shift servo, and then your steering servo up there in the front, uh, and lights. Comes with lights. Very cool setup. The shocks on these things, the articulation. I mean, what was your first impressions with the articulation? I'm sure
yeah.
you had to drop a jaw like I did.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the spring rates and the articulation, like, and these are big tires. I mean, these are the
Right.
new Mud Boss Power Hobbies, and the reason why I chose these is because when you pull up a regular stock 1.0 wheel, tire, none of them come close to the stock FCX tire.
Good
So
point.
Mud Boss, these were the next best. I mean, they fit perfect. This is a good tire for this setup. And the shocks, like Mike said, he hit on it. The shocks are just right out of the gate. And I'm excited about the portals. You can kind of see the portals there. These are trail wheels. They cover, no issue with the portal clearing. I'm excited to run this. I'm going to run this as stock as possible. But I got blue and put little sand ladders, trying to keep up with the Joneses. But that's a good comparison. If you look at what Mike right there is holding up, you could see the difference. I mean, there's no comparison.
The wheelbase is
You know,
spot on. The wheelbase is there, but when
Yeah.
you look at the tire difference, I mean it's a 24 scale truck, but the wheels, the tire size, it's a big difference.
Yeah, you need a good meaty tire if you want to keep it like close to the stock wheel. I mean, you look at this is a Powerhobby 1.0 and this is the Mud Boss. I mean, look at the
Right.
difference. I mean, two Powerhobby tires, and so yeah, this is a good. If you're gonna mess with the tires, this is a good size. But a cool truck. I mean, my first impression when I took it out of the box, I was like, wow, nice little detail, nice little compact size. Um, I'm gonna have fun with it this week. I'm looking forward to starting it up, and I haven't started it yet. So I know a lot of guys. I read comments like you said. A lot of people are talking about the plastic portal gears, and they're talking about the drive shafts. I'm not too concerned. Oh, there you go. I'm not too
Um,
concerned about those issues out of
yep.
the gate, considering I'm running it stock. If a drive shaft happens to break, and even the portal gears, there's the lights. I know, and is that switchable? Like you hit
Yeah.
a
Yeah, right, hit the
oh,
button right here on the switch, and you can cycle through them. You got your like a low beam.
oh
You're
wow,
doing this all one handed, and then you click it again. It gets brighter, and then you can click it off. I'm
that's
doing
cool.
this all one handed. I have a little handy dumpster already on there. I'm going to pop this thing out of the way just for right now. Um, but yeah,
And there's a lot of buttons on that remote I saw,
well,
right?
absolutely. You've got features built in this thing, but what I wanted to show you was I don't know if I can cycle through it. So here it's in center. So I'm hitting it. It's just revving. It's hard to hear it. It's just revving. And then you go down into your low gear, and then you got it's very slow. I mean, super low torque. I mean, it's perfect for crawling. And then if you get some video of this thing, like, and you give this thing gas in high gear, I mean, this thing takes off. It will practically wheelie from the start.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool.
Cool.
So switchable lights, very probably one of the most exciting 24 scale trucks straight out of the box I've ever owned, hands down. Besides some weathering, if you look at the detail uh, with the fuel cap up front, the snorkel already in here. There's things that you just the lighting's horrible. I need to fix this. But down here, it comes with the fuel. Peter, is your fuel tank in? There is
Uh,
a fuel tank.
there is a few.
Um,
I didn't
so
get.
what's important to mention on this thing when you're putting your FCX 24 together, it not only does the box give you this nostalgic feel of it looking like a model, you actually have to like glue some of the scale accessories together, meaning the fuel tank that it comes with. A little glue, seal the thing together, you glue in, I mean, down to the little spout. I mean, there's so much detail, and that's what is exciting about FMS. They bring detail for days.
Yeah, and as far as getting up and running, I don't know if you saw it in the unboxing. I mean, you got to put this rack together.
Yes.
Very simple. And then this is where the spare tire goes. I just put sand ladders. So, I mean, 5 minutes, I was ready to go. Not even.
I
Yeah,
painted mine right away. I was going to go with a silver option. And like you said, 5 minutes, you snap a couple things together. It's really,
I might paint it red to
I
resemble
would. I think that's a great
resemble
idea.
the old
Yeah.
reels, blue and red.
I,
So
I
maybe
think
when
that's
I
a
get back, I'll blast it red.
I
Just
think that's a fantastic idea.
But yeah, the guys, I mean, I love your bed. The bed looks,
Well,
I mean, guys are popping up with beds. I mean, I think the bed looks cool, but you know, I'm going to try to keep this stock. I think if I give it a red color, it'll make it pop. And
I don't know if he's tuned in here tonight, but it is. Thank you for bringing it up, Pete. I had this bed. This is something that I picked up at Beat the Creek. It was a little project. When I came back from Beat the Creek, I was all excited. I showed you this little hard body setup that I picked up. You kind of you could pick a pair. You pick your cab, and then you pick a bed to go with it. And he had some already pre-assembled. But I snagged that set, and I knew right away when this truck came out, like, dude, I'm totally stealing that bed and throwing it on this truck. So I was talking with them. Tinker Time RC. Hopefully we can throw it up in our um, links down below. We'll put
yeah,
a link right to the Tinker Time. Maybe he gave me the website, his Facebook page, and his Instagram, Tinker Time RC. Will tell you, I mean, full disclosure, this bed is made for an SCX24. Got it on here. Anybody could mod it. Little Dremel and sanding and a little tweaking. You can get it to fit. But I can tell you, after talking to him, he's super duper excited to kind of do a specific bed right for the FCX24. This is just something we started tinkering around with, literally tinkering with some Tinker Time RC parts. And that's where that bed came from. So,
that's awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
when you showed it, I was like, wow, that thing pops. I mean, right away. I mean, it's just gives it a different look. You know,
it
if you
does.
go to the FCX group page on Facebook, you'll see a lot of cool mods people are doing already, and the
I
weathering
will
came out
post it
great.
on there right after this show. I promise you. I know you've been bugging me to get on that. You've been saying how good that group page is. And
No,
what
yours
was it again? The FCX24. Is
uh,
it
FCX24 fans group. You can find it on
fans group?
Facebook.
Okay.
Just type it in, and it'll come up. Yeah, yours came out great. The bed really kicks it out. Throw some, yeah, it looks like an old farm truck, old farm power wagon. Looks great.
Yeah, I kind of, weathered the whole thing, took that metallic look, and it took a couple days, 2 days, just hammering away on it. I'm no expert at weathering. I just keep tinkering around with it until kind of
Yeah.
get it to a point that's acceptable, and it's okay now. It's perfect to go away with. Yeah, Pete, what kind of time are we dealing with here? We're at 8:43. I think that we got the most critical parts of this thing down. I will mention the sticker sheet with the FCX24. It does come with the sticker sheet that you can use to put on there. And what's so cool about the FCX24 sticker sheet is this matte finish that it has. And anybody that is familiar with the sticker making game, one of the things out there that is hard to do is clear stickers with white ink. Apparently, it's a whole process. It's nothing but a nightmare for guys that make stickers because it's a separate process and a separate well for using white, and it's this whole thing. It's a nightmare. Well, the sticker sheets that they're banging out are clear matte with white ink, and they give you plenty of variety. If you're going to use them or you're not, I will tell you that the matte finish, it's pretty slick. You got some options here with the sticker sheet that they provide.
No, it's cool. And we got Richard Kroon, our buddy who just joined in.
Oh, good old Richard Kroon. Thank you for tuning in, sir.
So I guess you got yours out, but I guess I'll show the audience here. So the Mogrich.
Please.
Yeah, definitely check out the FCX 24. Mike and I will be running it hard on vacation, and so came across the Mogrich. Now,
Yes.
you look at both trucks. I mean, different 18 scale 24, but when I saw Mike's, I fell in love with this thing. Now, if you know the history of this was used back in the day for forestry, for grape picking. You know, I read up on the history, and now they're used for military vehicles and just a solid, real one-to-one that lasts forever. And the scale that you can do to this thing, I got some ideas.
Good.
Um, is just endless. And when I got it, same kind of foam case, I was
Yep.
excited about the foam case. And when I opened it, and I was watching Mike's, all the great work he was doing at his. And, he took it on vacation. It was the talk of the town. It comes nicely secured. Like I said, mine is stock. I had time to tear it apart. But, you get your battery, you got your charger, and then you got the truck. And when you look at the detail of this truck, I mean, I was blown away. Just a simple, uh, yeah, Mike's is just unreal. I mean, just a simple truck. The doors fold down. And my
Yeah.
favorite feature is how the hood opens. I mean, the detail on this thing, the big mirrors. You got the fuel tanks underneath. I'm excited to run this thing. I mean, yours came out unreal.
And yeah, we're just spending some time weathering the back to give that wood bed, you know, some
Different
sort of
remote, different remote from the FCX6. You got a
yes.
little flap up. You got
Yep.
all your controls in there. Nice little fits nice in your hands. Compared to those bulky. You got the big 10 scale. Fits good. It should work well.
You'll notice that the spare tire from the FCX 24 might look a little familiar. Your
Drop
spare
it right in.
tire from your FCX 24, how? There's a little similarity there, right?
Yeah, right.
Um, yeah. Listen, I don't know how many different. I'm knocking sand off of this thing everywhere I go. I'm dropping sand. What a fun truck on the beach. I was instead of making sand castles. This past vacation that we went on, I turned out making these like little 24 scale little one man crawling competition, navigating through these different little terrains up and around. And, I'm like a 4-year-old out there playing with my toy truck. Instead of pushing it around, we get to remote control it. So
Yeah.
I could give
Well,
out to the little
I love
kids
this
next
thing.
to me pushing their trucks around.
I mean, I got some ideas, but this
Yeah,
thing looks great. I mean, the
it
scale,
does.
you could even, if you found a driver small enough. I mean, I'm looking inside. You got seats, you got steering wheel. Um, you
You
know,
could easily find a driver. I think another easy one you could probably pull off is some sort of light up top there. Uh, I've seen somebody. You might have seen the post. Somebody
somebody did it.
put a plow. Did you see
So,
the plow?
oh yeah, I saw the plow in the front, and
Yeah,
somebody actually got the moving orange
the
lights already.
there and you. I've seen those around. I actually had one once before. I was going to do a fire truck build once before, and I had this little light, but I think mine was more 10 scale. I don't think there was any way it was going to fit up in there. But I think, like you said, when we get back from vacation, I'll dive around. I'll see if we can get some lights up there working. It's a solid light kit that comes with it. Um, it's
So
not portal.
what are the lights out of the box on this one? You have the front,
Yep,
just the front.
and two in the rear.
Oh, so the rear too. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yep,
Oh, so that'll be some good content. I mean, I got
yeah.
ideas for content already. Yeah, no, I like this too. I mean, it's hard when you look at both of them. I mean, and FMS has, they have quite a few models out. You got the pickup,
Absolutely.
you got the pickup. I like the Toyota. The Land Cruiser. I mean, they got some cool stuff. I mean, will I get more? I mean, I can't say no. I mean, the price point's right when you look at. They're right up there with Axial. It's not a.
This is where my journey started
Yeah,
with
it's
an
got
FMS was their 6.5. Uh, I don't own a 10 scale 6.5, so what a great alternative. Just get a
that came out
18
great.
scale. This thing is a super fun little 6 scale truck, very capable, a lot of fun. Um, yeah, like you said, Pete, FMS has an arsenal of choices and options out there. If you can't find an FMS truck that speaks to you, you're not looking right because they
Well, and I remember at USTE, our buddy Matt Thompson, right? I think his son
yeah,
had the pickup, and he
yeah,
drove over, and I said, "What is this little thing?" Because I didn't know, and the FMS was there before I went to their booth, and I know you had it, and I looked at it, and I was feeling it and holding it, and I'm like, "Wow, this is some nice detail." and the pickup, it just looks cool. And you know, they got the Land Cruiser, the FJ. They got tons of options. They got a, like you said, I think you hit it right. They got an arsenal, and
I
you
think
know,
we should
so
put a link up to our good friend Jeremy Griffin, our guest that was on last week. If we put a link to his Everybody Scaling Instagram page, I think him and even Haley, RC Girl, she's done some really good weathering. I think weathering tips, but the way Jeremy weathered his C10, it was phenomenal. Or I'm sorry, his K10, it was phenomenal. You can really change that whole look of the truck. Well, obviously, you weather them, you can change the look. Um, do they need to be weathered? Absolutely not. They don't need to be, but if you take the time, but you're right, Pete. I get messages about this one all the time. Like just taking the time to give a little texture and color to that green bed that it comes with, it makes a big, big difference.
oh yeah,
You
it
know,
really.
down to like the tire marks that it looked like it, you know, something was pulling in and out of there. I found a little motorcycle that went in the back. I mean, you just start finding some scale accessories to deck it out, or you know, whatever route you want to take it. But these trucks are really fun right out of the box. Charge them up and go out there and have a good time with it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it to get them both running next week, and yeah, I'm excited, man. And you mentioned the RC car action, so you know, for
Oh yes,
the guys that have it, you know, FMS is popping up, and
yeah.
there'll be an RC car action in the future. So
So we've
it's
been holding up, Pete, zoom in on that. I want to show those colors again real quick. So we've been here focusing on our red ones. You got a blue and you got a yellow option. I don't know. Please comment below. I'm dying to know, like, what color is the one that speaks to you? Do you want all three? Are you the guy that needs all three? Are you Pete? You know, are you a blue guy like Peter? Red
uh,
like me? I don't know. I really didn't mind. I thought they were all very cool. I ended up weathering it all over anyway, but
yeah, no,
please
I think
let us know in the comments what you think. What red, blue, yellow? Uh, which one do you like better? Please let us know in the comments. Do you prefer the Mogrich? That's clearly a licensing thing. We're calling it a Mogrich. That's the way to get around licensing issues. So tell us, is it the Mogrich or do you like that old school power wagon look? Which one would you go for?
Richard said he's ordering the yellow.
Yellow. I knew it. Rich, good choice. Good choice, Richard Kroon.
I think the you know, I mean this this just happened, and you know me and blue, but I
Yeah.
like the yellow. It's different. The red, you know, definitely leave in the comments. We're curious to hear, and you know, also in the comments, what do you want FMS to produce? Like, what do you think would be a good seller? You know, I'm curious. You know, they're blowing the 18th scale up, the
Yeah.
20th scale, but you know, drop a comment in, and you know,
Please.
what do you think? What would be exciting for FMS to release? What do you think?
And I'm
Uh,
curious to know what people would suggest because,
yeah,
like, as soon as you ask that question, like, it got my wheels turning. I'm like, could it be a van? I mean, there's so many options and ways to go. Yeah, that's a good question there, Pete. I would love to know, like, what is it? Is there something out there? Hey, Pete, I know
yeah,
what I want you to do. Hold up the Power Wagon box for me. Flip the page around. Flip the side of the box where it shows the aftermarket parts coming for the FCX 24. There we go. Perfect. So if you look at this box art, the white and black image, the way they show this thing broken down, they simplify it. But if you start to get a little taste and look behind the curtain of what's coming here in aftermarket upgrades, those tracks down there in the bottom right hand corner, Pete, they got my attention.
yeah.
I would definitely put tracks on this Power Wagon in a heartbeat. If those things are available now, I need to know, or if that's what's coming in the very near future. There's a great little upgrade aftermarket support there. If something breaks and you need to swap it out. They're already showing their hand what's coming.
Yeah, and I just want to quickly jump. I mean, and for people that haven't been to the website, I mean, I'm going to show this real quick. I mean,
Please, great
look,
idea. Yes,
look at these options. I mean, the
the
level of
FJ.
detail in some of these trucks are just
Oh, Pete,
unreal.
look at that. I see the Jimmy,
Yeah,
your Jimmy that you did, and look at it there stock and what you did to it. Um, with that little bit of red paint and swap some wheels and tires. I hate saying just a little bit of red paint. I don't want to simplify all the work that you did, but you changed some paint colors and mod a couple of things. It really made a big difference on that truck.
I mean, look at
100%,
this
dude.
one here. Look at this one here. I mean, the Patriot. I mean,
Yes.
some of these. I mean, some of these models are just
And the pricing on them is spot on. Uh, if you shop around a little bit, you'll notice what FMS does. Um, like the K10 Chevy, if they don't have the licensing, they'll do it in a different color, and you can save a few bucks by not getting a licensed body. If the licensing doesn't mean anything to you, and you're shopping by price, there's other options here on the site and available from FMS. I think it's a great alternative.
yeah,
And then they were running some good sales not too long ago, right, Pete? On that,
on a
it was on
fire.
the Jeep, right? That yellow Jeep or the red Jeep. I don't know if it was
The
on both
red,
colors.
the fire horse was $69.
Gee whiz!
I mean,
I
just
mean, that's ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, it's just unreal. I mean, great website they have. Richard Kroon said old school Wagoneer would be his suggestion.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there he is. There's my little 6 by.
yeah. So
What
you
a
know,
great
they got a
truck.
great website, and like Mike said, they're big into the airplane, as you can see.
Absolutely.
That's the birth of them, and but these vehicles are just top notch.
I want to get a jet one day. I seen FMS release like this starter jet. It's made out of foam. You crash it and you don't destroy it. I've never flown an airplane ever. So I need something like that, like a foam
Like a
starter
turbo.
jet. Yep.
Um,
I,
but
I'm just,
you look at these trucks, and
yeah,
like even I don't even remember seeing an 18th Arizona. It's new stuff popping up. I mean, this is the
yeah,
one that I fell in love with, the Land Cruiser 80.
yep.
Um,
That Toyota Hilux is sharp too. Yellow one up there. I
yeah,
like that.
even this one.
Yep,
A lot of guys are running the FJ. I know.
yep.
Even this 12 scale. You got the Beetle. There's all types of stuff. This is a really
Absolutely.
website to check out, fms.model.com.
I think it's exciting to just kind of reiterate on a couple of talking points, and that is um, there's plenty of complete uh, unboxings. If we did not hit on the technical, if we didn't hit your question as far as something technical, obviously ask us in the questions below. We'll come back and, we skipped over maybe something we thought was more obvious or we just forgot to mention it. Whatever the case is, please, if you have a question or want to know something more in detail, let us know. But there are plenty of unboxing videos out there right now of the FCX 24. Peter and I will both get some solid content this week of it running out there on the trails. I'm having a good time with them. But I think the main point that we hit home this week, Pete, is for the ones that don't know what FMS was, and you're just an RC guy, you don't follow them on the plane side. We're I'm gonna tell you, it's safe. It's not a scam. FMS is here to stay. You're supporting a solid company, and this is going to be the year you're going to remember FMS.
Yeah, and but it's hard for companies. I mean, we know what companies we work with.
Yep,
It's hard to break into the market, right? You got a powerhouse like Axial with a big 24 market, and here comes FMS, and it's very hard. Excuse me. It's very hard to tap into that market, and FMS just came in, and they came in guns blazing, and for everybody that's a big 24 Axial person, now I'm seeing some shifts. I mean, I have four Axials, but now I got three FMSs. So You know, I can't say I like one better than the other yet, you know, because I still got to run these. But you know, first impressions, that was the goal of the show. You know, wow, you know, I'm impressed. I'm hooked. I'm ready to get these on the rocks.
Yeah.
So
And even compared to, I've got a couple of, I got my Proline Ambush. That's an old school micro. That's a 24 scale micro from back in the day. That thing's worth some money now. What was, let me grab it. Hang on.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Let me grab that one and grab one more here. Set this one right here. All right. Hello? Hey, good.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Knock on wood. I haven't lost audio. We haven't had any technical difficulties. So I have a wheel off one here. So lighting wise, hopefully you can see it. Pete, about, oh boy, 6 years ago, Proline did a SCX-24. Now, this is not the body that came on the ambush, but it was a leaf sprung micro.
Wow.
Literally leaf sprung micro. This thing was ahead of its time. These things are discontinued. They don't do them anymore, but I will never, ever get rid of this truck. I
There's
do
no
have
other
the
Leaf Spring 24s on the market, huh?
a leaf
That's it.
sprung SCX-24. I keep saying it's like Coca-Cola. When I go to a restaurant and I want a soda, I just always say Coke. And I think Axial just kind of slid into that world where everybody just associates a 24 scale. And you just generically say SCX-24. So slap my hand. This 24 scale Proline Ambush was one of a kind out there with that leaf sprung. Very
Wow,
cool.
that's cool.
Um, yeah, fun truck. I need to get this thing back up and running. I started tinkering around with it. It came with a very cool, like that Bronco, old school Bronco body. I probably don't even want to show it off. It's kind of embarrassing. I started like weathering it. It's still like a work in progress, not one you want to take a photo of right now. I kind of destroyed that body trying to weather it. It's become more of my template to like test something on right now. I'm not too proud of myself what I've done to that ambush body. But RC four-wheel drive, um, you know, you can't talk about micros without giving a nod to RC four-wheel drive. They were doing 18 scale long before they were cool. And, you know, what you got with a 18 scale RC four-wheel drive model, live detail, very heavy metal body, a lot of weight. And I know RC four-wheel drive did do a 24 scale version. Also, they did a TF2 like. I don't know if it was licensed, but we could probably pull up a photo if we looked on this RC four-wheel drive site if we had to. But we're probably running out of time. But you nailed it, Pete. The point you're trying to hit home is FMS came at the 24 scale market right and hitting it with the portal axle,
Yeah,
two
I'm excited
speed
to run the portals. I mean,
portals at the 2-speed trans, and the shocks feel amazing. I mean, great job, FMS. If there's anything that I hope that this sneak peek, or it's not a sneak peek, sorry, this special edition YouTube video that we're doing tonight, Pete, I'm hoping that we really hit home on the fact that you're supporting a great company.
yeah.
Trust in FMS. They're doing it right. You got customer support there. Get out there and have fun with them. I know Pete and I are super duper excited, and that means a lot when you get Pete and I excited behind something. You better watch out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely the excitement's there, and I can't wait to run these. And yeah, Richard's a big fan. He's saying for scale detail FMSB. Yeah, I mean the scale details there, Richard. I mean, no
Richard
question.
knows.
Yeah,
Um,
no
he was
question.
with me at Beat the Creek, and we've had a look at FMS. We went out to dinner with Frank from FMS. Richard knows what he's talking about. He is spot on. Look at this. And if you're looking for your rack, truck stand for your micro, we all know where to go. Our
Yeah,
good friend Judd's got a nice little handy Elite Mini if you're looking for a truck stand. RC Prorack. That's where we're putting all when we set our trying to keep the flat spots from our 24 scale trucks. We hang them on an RC Prorack.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was a good show, and like you said, you hit on a lot of good things, and the purpose was is to kind of give our first looks. It's like more of a first look show.
Yeah,
Go over briefly, high level of what we think and some of the key features. Like Mike said, there's tons of unboxing videos. It's we're not trying to break the internet. We're the first to notice this, but we got the trucks. We're starting to play with them. Like we do with any product that Mike and I get, and this is our first impressions, and now going away with the trucks, we'll come back, report back, and
we're gonna have a duel this week, Pete. We'll get
yeah,
our videos collaborated together. We'll
FaceTime,
show. I'll show you what kind of terrain I found, and share with me what you
live,
found. It'll be fun.
FaceTime live on the trails.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll even go live. We'll show
It's a date.
everybody. We'll show everybody your terrain, my terrain.
Love
Virginia
it.
versus New Jersey, live on Facebook next week. So keep an eye out. We'll make that happen, and we'll show each other the terrain, the trucks. I think that would be a cool live. And yeah, first impression so far, I'm hooked. And like Mike said, to close out the show, you have to give companies a chance, and to break into a market is very difficult. Number one, number two, with U.S./international distribution and companies working together, it takes time. It takes time to build an empire and to break into a market. What impresses me is FMS came in guns blazing. I mean, we just showed the website. You look at all the models they have available. They're going to be a contender, and they already are. And definitely keep your eyes open. And
we threw out Treal a couple times as an example, and as you're talking there, Pete, I was like, and Rebel, and yeah, like we gave Rebel a shot as he was trying to make this transition and get his brand off the ground. Rebel worked out great. I mean, we stood behind what he was doing, and we're very happy with, um, you know, when we're talking 10 scale trucks, we always will mention, take a look at what's
the
happening
Rebels,
over at Rebel RC, and then we get
and the
crazy crawler
Rebels,
phones.
Rebels packed and ready.
I'm taking mine with me, dude. We'll do the same thing with the Rebels.
Yeah.
Great
So
idea. We'll go live with the Rebel. Crazy crawler foams. There's so many options of overseas companies and new companies trying to come in. We get to know them and play with this stuff, get our first impressions, and you know, give our 2 cents and what we've enjoyed about it. And
yeah. So
just kind of how it works. We're
yeah, so yeah,
excited.
I'm excited. We'll definitely do a live. That's easy to do. We'll both connect, we'll show each other terrain and where we are and what trucks we're running, and so we'll be on, out of the office, next Saturday. But we're coming back big, Mike. We're gonna, so next Saturday we won't be on air. But when we come back, we're gonna have a guest. And hopefully, maybe if you still got that battery, we'll do it. We'll do that giveaway. Maybe live, we'll do the
Yeah,
giveaway. Come up with a trivia. I know with that contest, nobody won, but if you
I
still have
know. If we
live,
came up with one, we're gonna have to restructure how we do it. Yeah, we're sitting on a. Forgive me, I had it right around
is
here.
it
We
the
have a great.
900?
It's a 900 milliamp micro battery.
So maybe what we'll do is with the guest that we'll bring on a big guest, and we'll
Yep.
do a live contest. We'll ask a trivia
Okay,
question about Carryall, about something, and
that's
we'll
an
just do
easy
it
one.
live
You
in the
tune
contest.
in live, you're gonna get picked. Because we'll let the guest pull the name. I love it.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
guess it. We'll let the guest pick a number, hold a number in their head, and whoever gets
we'll do one of
closest to
those
something.
spin wheels. We'll
Okay,
give out
perfect.
if there's 10 viewers,
I
20 viewers,
love it.
we'll do the spin wheel. And right,
We
so
have an affiliate code coming for RC car action. Unless we have one specifically for the Rad show coming. But Pete, I guess for right now, I think down in your comments when we post this thing up and archive it, make sure we get your affiliate code posted for RC Car Action. So if you're
yeah,
looking for a 1 year annual subscription to RC Car Action, make sure you use Peter's affiliate code. Save yourself some money and get your 1 year annual subscription. I can tell you, the other day I love that article. the other day, I got an email from a guy who told me, he said, listen, I was going to let my RC car action subscription die. He's like, it was coming up for renewal and I wasn't going to renew. And he said, I just wanted to tell you, after watching your YouTube and following what you and Peter have been doing, you guys have completely inspired me
That's great.
to renew again another year. He's like, I want you to send this email over to RC Car Action so that they know, um, basically based off of our excitement for that magazine. He's like, I renewed again another year.
That's great. Yeah, and for the price and the reason why we push this discount code is, we're trying to save people, right? We're trying to help RC enthusiasts.
Yeah, we don't make
Yeah,
money. It's not an affiliate that we're
yeah.
making money off
We're
of.
not
And
making
that's
money
a
off the link.
valid point.
Yeah, and to get this magazine for less than $40 for a year, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, you go to like a Barnes and Nobles, I think the retail, I mean, it depends. 8.99 is on the label, so eight
Yeah,
ninety nine for one issue. You buy three issues,
you
you
pay
know,
for a year.
it pays for itself with the discount code. So to get the discount code, I think it's like 22. I mean, three issues, you're already over the year with the discount code. So
Yeah,
it's a no-brainer. I mean, definitely take a look. If you need the discount code sooner, you want to subscribe, send me a message. I'll send it to you. But it'll definitely be in the recap post I make tomorrow.
I think that was a valid point. Yeah, we're not making money off the RC Parks or not. It's simply because we like it and chance to save you guys some money to use it.
All
Goes
right.
the same.
Great show, man.
It was a great show, man. Thank you for anyone that tuned in tonight. I do hope that we might have touched on a nerve and maybe answered a question. I hope that we definitely inspired you to place an order, get your FMS here, get over to your local hobby shop. Hopefully, they stock them now. I'm hoping that maybe with a little bit of paintwork and stuff that mods that we did, it got your juices flowing a little bit, maybe inspired you to get a little creative. What are you going to do with your FCX 24? That is the $1,000,000 question. I can't wait to see what starts to happen now. As more and more
Yeah.
people start to get them, you're going to start seeing some crazy stuff. That's why I'm heading over to your Facebook page to sign up on the FCX 24 fans page.
You got the invite, right?
I did. I
Yeah.
did. I'm going
Okay.
to go over
Yeah, I mean,
there.
I
I'm
think
going to
it's a
check it
really
out.
cool page. Like, for the people that are on this chat or watch it next week, a lot of great builds. People are going, people are going really creative on this 24. So take a look on Facebook. Just search FMS FCX 24. It should pop up. It's a public group, and it's just people are getting very creative quickly, and you'll see some really cool builds on the 24. So. Yeah, take a look. And like Mike said, we'll go live next week. Keep an eye out for my Facebook mics, and we'll do a Jersey terrain versus Virginia Beach terrain with
I
the
love it.
FMS. And we'll do a short clip and get to show the trucks in action. And signing off. And I hope it was a good show and great first impressions on FMS. Mike, thanks as always for leading the ship. And we'll talk to everybody in a week or so.
Absolutely. I love it. Have a great time, Peter, on vacation.
You
And
too. I'll
make
see
sure you
you.
guys get over to Powerhobby if you're looking for any aftermarket supplies. You need your batteries, lipo bags, all the little accessories. Make sure you get over to Powerhobby. Show them some support. They support us. Give them the support back, please.
All right.
Peter, have a great time on vacation, buddy. I
Hey,
will
you
talk
too.
to you soon. Take them out of here.
All right. All right. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you everybody attending. And like Mike said, we'll do a short live next week, and we're going to come back with a contest and also a special guest. We're going to bring a good guest back on the show. We're going to come back strong. We're going to work on some intros and archiving, and you'll see some updates to the channel. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and you'll see a facelift in the coming weeks. Trailers, intros. We're working on all that. We're taking the channel to another level.
Rad
So,
RC Show is here.
so stay tuned. More to come. Great guest lineup coming in the future weeks. So we'll go back to our Saturday night time slot. And we did this for the fans because we were both leaving, and it's important to address that you know, the reason, like Mike said, somebody said, why Friday? You know, it's because we're both going on vacation. We wanted to keep the momentum going in the show. We didn't want to close out, cancel 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays. So we did this for the fans. I still got to pack. I mean, I still got a couple hours ahead of me right now at 9 o'clock. So we just did it for the fans. That's what the show's about, the fans. So
You're almost not human, Pete. You burn that candle from both ends. I don't know where you find the time, but
yeah, I don't either. So, all right. Well, we'll be in touch and check out FMS website, Power Hobby, all the brands we mentioned, all loyal supporters of us, and we'll talk soon. And everybody be well
absolutely.
and share your adventures, man. Take care.